Welcome everybody to my channel. I am Yan and today we are listening to another comeback. I feel like this group has been coming back quite often, which is great, but I hope that they are not overly exhausted, but I really enjoy their choreography. And so the group we are listening to is called Ghost9, and I actually reviewed at least one video from what I remember, and I also learned the chorus of their more recent song called Wall, or W-A-L-L, All. It was a little hard, especially it was a powerful dance and there are just very specific moves that you have to do, and I had fun, but it took some time for me to learn it, but I really learned to appreciate it afterwards. So yeah, we are going to be listening to their newest song today though, and it's called Seoul, as in like Korea, Seoul. So maybe they're going to explore Seoul and just kind of making us want to go there. I have not been to Korea before unless landing at the airport and staying there for a couple hours counts. So I kind of did land, but I mean, I didn't explore, so hopefully one day I can do that, but maybe for the time being I can watch this MV and they'll show me more about Seoul. We'll find out right now. Like I said, I've never been to Seoul, but this can be a Seoul tower, just because there are lots of towers, especially in larger cities, and it's just gorgeous. I'm sure if I go there, I will enjoy the daytime, but also the nightlife, like the colors are so vibrant and pretty. I will definitely take lots of pictures too. But let's check it out right now, Ghost9's Seoul official music video.
Tonight, yeah. 목소리 들려만 곳으로 널 초대할게 어서 하늘을 마셔 온몸에 열기가 흘러 right now 비밀의 귓가에 속삭여줘 so we can just fly away and run away the city of Seoul. It's the city of light. 잠들지 않는 밤 touching the sky. Baby, don't try it.
Ghost9 now. Where are we? We are here. Here in Seoul, maybe? But yeah, that was very different than their other songs. Especially, I felt like Ghost9, their previous songs had a similar storyline, but I think they kind of jumped out of it, or maybe they have teleported to Seoul, so that's why they have this concept for this time around. So I noticed that throughout this MV, they have introduced us to different settings or common things that you might see in Korea, and one is none other than in the train, or the underground train. And I haven't been on the one in Korea, but Japan or New York, or I'm just thinking like big cities, right? They have very convenient public transportation. It takes you everywhere. It's super simple. Usually it's quite affordable too than, taking the taxi or renting a car. But it's something that many local people use, and it's just very common and convenient. And so, of course, there should be a scene like this because you are expected to take this, especially in Korea, and it's just very useful and helpful. One thing I did not expect was an actual like bullet train or train coming into our like direction inside this train. I was like, whoa, that's very like unexpected, like very shocking. And I thought that was very cool because I thought, they're just going to land somewhere or arrive somewhere and then get out. But nope, there's like a bullet train coming through at us. So I was like, oh, okay. And then we arrive in another place, which is more, Korean traditional style room. It reminded me a little bit of Pokemon, even though I know Pokemon is like Japanese, but it reminded me of the episode of Venonet, kind of a ninja style, like hidden doors, hidden windows, and having like paper windows as well, and a lot of brick and wood textures. So here we have a very traditional setting, and they are also wearing semi-traditional looking clothing. Of course, a little bit of twist, a little bit of fusion and mixed into it. But we are able to see them in various outfits too, kind of matching that era, matching that time of year, I guess, or that specific culture. And they have danced here for quite a lot, and spoiler, there's actually something behind that circular door, and that really scared me the first time I saw it. We also see them outside, and they are in front of this palace, and it's very common, though I haven't been to Korea, there are lots of palaces or buildings that remain in the big city, so you can have a lot of the modern trendy things as well as the traditional historical parts of Korea as well. So it's mixed into one place, which is really cool. But I also appreciate, countries keeping the traditional buildings, sustainable, keeping the traditional buildings well, so people can appreciate and learn about, the history of that specific place. We see here they're dressed up more kind of like a hanbok style, with the patterns, with the silk belt part, and at the same time it's a like a blazer of some sort, or a suit, and it has some like flair, so it's also very western. So definitely a mixture of both cultures or multiple cultures into one outfit, which was really cool, like modern versus traditional. And I kind of like that. I don't know why, but whenever there's some of traditional clothing mixed into modern, I think it looks pretty stylish overall. Some can get overboard, but I really am like enjoying and liking their outfits. Later on, I'm pretty sure they're talking about how great Korea is, and talking about maybe, how great the lights are, and the city itself is amazing. That's what I'm guessing. But they're after like that little bit of introduction, about 40 seconds or so of the MV, it gets very bright and colorful. And so everyone is mesmerized by like, oh, it's so bright, and they're dancing, and it's just colorful. And then they're on this roller coaster where they can, travel around Korea with. They can travel around Korea by riding on a roller coaster. That would be pretty intense if Korea can actually do that. I would enjoy it, but maybe not as fast, so I can actually see what's around me instead of closing my eyes and screaming my head off. But I thought that was really cool. Wish that can actually happen. But we can see there's lots of lights going on, and everything that they touch is colorful. Here we have a mixture of, traditional paintings, bonsai, little tree things, and their patterns have some Asian texture to it, but it's also very modern with their shoes and the jackets. And also, like they said, I think the tiger is their symbol, right? But then there's a little feline wearing sunglasses. So I love like the hints of humor, but it also links to, the culture as well, as I've been saying. So it's a fun MV, but it's also, making it twisty, as in like modernized version as well. So, anyways, let's move on. They are dancing in the middle of the night, and I am surprised if all of those are like actually there, right? Not CG. It must be very blinding for the cameraman to be filming, as well as for the Ghost9 members, because it is probably very bright because you need to film them and see them clearly, as well as, it needs to stand out. So it must have been very, very bright. And speaking of bright, that's when things got more and more colorful. Like I said, everything they shoot and touch, it just turns to neon lights. And then we have a few members who's just floating in the air. It looks like Seoul is warped up, so I'm not sure what that means, because at first I thought, oh, like maybe modern, contemporary, like trendy city versus the old traditional, kind of like warping into one. But here I see like other buildings or skyscrapers up in the air, so I'm not really sure what that means or why is he there. It looks really cool. I mean, that would be that's a great shot, but I don't know why they're there. And then we're going back and forth with like modern versus traditional, and they're just having a blast, and all of a sudden they transition to sitting, drinking a cup of water. Everyone has a different glass, if not most of them do, and then they're dressed up in this very princely outfit, and I was like, oh, okay. And they're out at like a port or deck of some sort, and they see fireworks. I don't know why they're dressed up as princes all of a sudden. Maybe that's indicating like the Western culture and style has kind of integrated into their traditional Korean culture. Therefore, they had more of a Korean outfit versus now Western princely European outfit. That's just my guess. But if you have other guesses, please let me know. And we're back at the fireworks. They're enjoying it. They're like cheers, and we're just going back and forth to all the scenes that we've encountered before. And the dragon, that thing scared me when it first opened its eyes, and then I realized, okay, it's going to come back again, and it's holding a globe. I don't know much about, the myths and stories of Asian creatures or mythical creatures at all. Why is it holding that globe? Does it represent like unity or, peace or something like that, or power? But we do see the dragon being part of all of this, and it can represent power, strength, and it's just also, we have the dragon when we celebrate too in various Asian cultures. But I don't know much about it eating or biting onto that orb, or it might be Earth, as we learned that Ghost9 did kind of venture from place to place. So maybe it's a continuation. Maybe they're going to go to this planet next, or there could be some other meetings that I'm missing out. But anyways, I had fun watching it. It makes me want to go and travel again. Hopefully real soon Korea will be the place to go. And gotta save up, making sure everyone is safe and healthy first. That's priority. But I will continue to make a list of things that I need to do in Korea. So yeah, if you have other interpretations, please let me know about this MV. It was very fun, bright, colorful. There's a lot of like interesting sounds in the background. It sounds kind of like, modern, trendy, and very, very future-y feel. I don't know if I enjoyed all of those background noises, but I tried to appreciate their voices a little bit more, just because some parts of the background music and sounds were a little bit distracting, and I wasn't able to focus as well. So anyways, that's just my opinion, but I still enjoy listening to Ghost9 and also checking out their choreography as well. So yeah, thank you so much, and I will see you next time.